Welcome everyone. We're going to do a little bit of an energy update. It is January 10th, 2020, and it is a full moon in Cancer day, as well as a lunar eclipse, along with a plethora of other things going on in the atmosphere and the energies. So I'm going to start with a moonology card, and we'll do a couple of just little pieces. A moonology card that I pulled I was saying prayers and getting grounded a little bit, was actually the full moon eclipse. These cards are so cool, and the message on that one is conclusions are within reach. So hang on everyone. If you're feeling uncomfortable, if it feels a little bit tough to trust yourself, or if things feel a little bit discombobulated or out of sorts, just know that there really are, I am feeling big energy pieces for all of us where we find the answers and have realizations, and this is just sort of as we're processing out into the next part of our lives. Many of us, I think all of us, many soul groups, many of us are in many different stages of completing some cycles, and so it's just at the beginning of our new year. So there are pieces still yet to be finished, signed, sealed, and delivered and completed. And some of those things are really deep. Some of them are really heavy. Some of them are really things in our matrix of our own universe, of ourselves, that are just big, and things that are in our subconscious that we didn't know we were carrying. It could be emotional things. It could be issues, circumstances. It could be things that we just literally from the beginning of time have set up for us in our soul groups, sometimes soul groups, not always soul families, but soul groups, to go through and learn some of the lessons or some of the purposes that we have here. And so if you're feeling like you just can't trust that everything's going to be okay, like having a little bit of a hard time holding on to faith that, oh, everything's going to be just awesome, kumbaya, unicorns, it's okay, because we're in the middle of this emotion. Our full moon in Cancer indicates it's a water sign, and it indicates emotion, sometimes motion, and that's also pulling us out of stagnation. So if you have felt stagnant or having the blahs, not only is it after our holiday time and it's cold, and like here it rained a lot of the day today. It was really overcast, and so that just kind of puts us in a little bit of a stagnant feel sometimes. So if you've been feeling stagnant at home, or if things aren't going well at work, or any aspect of your life, just know that it could be pieces of our subconscious processing things so that we come into our next phases and parts of life with new purposes and missions. So I'm just going to ask for big sweeping energy for each one of us that wants it to go ahead and sweep away anything that is no longer of our highest good here, anything in our bodies, anything that we we're carrying from the past, pain, fear, failure, worry, grief, loss, anything negative, anything unlike Christ, anything unlike love that we no longer need. I'm going to ask for that to be swept out of our energy bodies today, all levels, all layers, to the beginning of time and back, and all ways, above and below. Because right now we're coming through a period where it's just really emotion, and we're coming back into, slowly coming into motion out of some stagnation or some realizations that aren't fun, experiences that aren't fun. So the full moon in Cancer moonology card is really, really cool, and I pulled that a little while ago, just getting ready because I knew we were going to talk about the full moon. And it says a personal issue reaches resolution. That's the guidance on that card, and that has to do with our full moon in Cancer right now. Maybe for all of us, there might be 1, 2, or 3 personal issues that are hooked onto big issues that are coming to an end, final, complete. And if you felt oppressed or again stagnant, suppressed, silenced, someone emailed me last week and told me to be quiet, and I thought, that was suspicious. And it was just about them. It didn't have anything to do with me. But I thought, in a lifetime of being around conservative things, and some of my learning, my growth, my truth has been to break free of the suppression and oppression and being silenced. So it was really cool just to go and recognize it as, I guess that's whatever they needed to say. And I'm feeling resolutions coming in, even though I don't quite know what all of them are. So I'm hoping that for you guys as well. So what a feeling time. I keep getting in readings that I'm doing, as well as for myself, message from source spirit, to go ahead and feel your feelings. Don't deny yourself anything. And I was before I was going to start the video like an hour ago, but then it's getting really cold and it's been really rainy, and I was going to sort of make sure I had everything I needed for tomorrow, because we're gonna have some snow, and in the Midwest sometimes it's really icy, so I probably won't need to leave the house tomorrow. And I was gonna make potato soup, and I checked the milk and it was super gross. It was super rancid. So I ran down the street and got some milk for my my potato soup cooking tomorrow. While it's cold and snowy, we're supposed to get a little bit of snow and sleet and ice. So you never know though around here. It could be like, today it was 65 degrees and raining, and tomorrow it's supposed to be like 30 and snowing and ice. So you just never know around here. It could be 75 again tomorrow. But I will be cooking potato soup, and I will be really kind of focusing on, one of the things I'm doing is focusing on any of old trauma thinking that I have, coming back, changing it and going, nope, out with the old, in with the new. And that's been really helping me, because I was just in a funk. I mean, really having a tough time, here and there, just like everybody else. And so that's been exciting to say, out with the old, in with the new. And in that, it's given me some little moments of inspiration and some great signs. So I wonder if you guys are also, seeing synchronicities and signs that are kind of giving you a little inspiration and reminding you to go ahead and trust that we're just in movement and learning how to manifest and co-create. And we're just, all of us are just sort of a little bit new at this in some ways. We're also having a big portal right now where we're coming into the completed divine matrix, like grid work. So sometimes I see things in energy, and for a very long time now I've had flashes where there's just amazing light matrix building going on around us. And so that just means we're coming into the new age, new era, where we can expect peace, and to be really cleaning up this world for the next years, for the generations to come, and have more peace and unity as we come into unity consciousness together. And so spirit, I was sitting in the car, and the wind was blowing, and it's just really cold, and I just said, what can I share today in the video I'm going to do about the full moon and energy checkup. And I heard the Gaia, Mother Earth, say, it's time. It's time to shine. So she was saying that she was just releasing a little bit of energy herself, meaning the earth, in her processing and her ascension. She's releasing just a little bit right now. So we also are together going into a new phase, a new era per se together. And there's been a really just beautiful, amazing portal. And she says, please tell everyone that that she thanks us for being ourselves, and that we've been doing a good job, and to remember to hug and praise ourselves when the world seems a little bit icky and crazy sometimes out there, and things are disappointing, or you know, people are icky to each other and hurting each other, committing crimes or whatever. Right now is a time of breakage of that. And I saw another reader that I really like. I had that on this morning. I did I've been doing really intense meditations, and I think she titled the full moon time as like the crumbling, the falling, the completion of the tyrant. So when I was in the car saying a little prayer, getting ready to come in and do the video, I was feeling Gaia, Mother Earth, say, just breathe, go into your heart. And she thanks us for being the best, most authentic people we know how to be, as we keep learning and growing about ourselves and how to manifest and create in the unity consciousness. She'll support us, and she's also shifting and changing. And because I was also saying thank you to the earth for you know, every breath we breathe is because our earth is amazing and working for us. Everything we eat, everything we see, everything we breathe is because our earth is amazing. And so she was also saying that about each one of us. And she says, it's time to shine. That's what she was saying. And so she says, just breathe and know inside, and take step by step. And you are all okay. You are all safe. You are all well. She's saying that that's fun, that this, as we know, there's been fires in Australia, and there have been, you know, the Amazon was on fire previously. It's been tumultuous in places, as it always has been on Earth. And the prayers and the love and the good intentions from people have been really well received by Mother Earth. So that's really cool. I pulled a card just now from the Divine Doors, and it's the Birth card. Birth. So think about it, if we're just right in the middle of birthing a new time for ourselves. It says, another gateway appears in view. New life is unfolding with blessings to you. I love that. That was very timely. Remember to feel your feelings and dream big. So Mother Earth also said dream big. And these energies, there's a lot of solar energy coming in. And of course the lunar eclipse, eclipsing away some of the things that are not for our highest good, and some of the things in our matrix that has kept us blocked or really unhappy, or in different trajectories that we don't want to be in sometimes. So it could be our subconscious, and it goes way past karma, a lot of this. I remember working with my amazing teacher and friend who lives in Australia, Daniela, years ago, about this subject, how we're coming into this time where we're shifting up, and we're as a collective building the light matrix, the higher frequencies, and coming into the Christed energy as an everyday life thing. And yet we'll still be in our bodies, and instead of, you know, as we ascend after we pass over. So this is just one of my favorite subjects for a long time for my work and my studies and everything like that. So however, it has been uncomfortable for me lately, and I even forgot my very first appointment today that I forgot to write down, but I talked to her yesterday evening, so it was sort of yucky that I forgot that. So you know, one of the big messages I've been getting lately is to forgive yourselves forgive other people if you can, but forgive yourselves. Like, don't be so hard on yourself. So all of the things that we're angry at, or we're hurting about, some of it stems in really being hard on ourselves. So she's saying, Mother Earth is saying, please forgive yourselves for just all our little pieces, and nurture yourselves this week. So if you want to just move slowly, slow pace, good. If you want to take a salt bath and rinse off all the icky energies, go ahead and do that. If you want to call a friend and remind them that you love them and care about them that you haven't talked to for a while, do that. Nurture, support, love, embrace the good, and go ahead and see the light in everyone's hearts, even when it's really hard to find sometimes. And everyone's going to be okay. That's what I'm seeing. I'm going to pull another card to see if there's anything for us that we can know, that can guide us, that can help us as we come into this new energy. There's a new gateway, portal, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to pull one about that, if there's any guidance for us. Soul time. Soul time. This is card 40, soul time. The frequency of soul time asks us to allow the possibility of a new reality to emerge. How cool is that? Because in this time, as we are surpassing some of the old things, a new reality is better and better for all of us. That means all of us, our friends, family, loved ones, even people we don't like. And that's good. The frequency of soul time asks us to allow the possibility of a new reality to emerge, one that embraces the concept that while the corporeal body is mortal, the soul is timeless, limitless, and infinite. We're all in this together, guys. And I thank you all for being yourselves as well. If you need a little soul time, a little meditation, a little prayer time, take it. I've been going, I am waiting for a surgery. I had to postpone things from what seemed like other people's choices to not pay me for a big vehicle that they have of mine that kind of still missing, stolen, not paid for. And so I've had to put off my healthcare because of these things. And I thought, oh, I see, the fear in me is causing me to wait and things like that. And I'm learning how to release some of those fears. I can't control other people, but I can control how well I take care of myself. And so that's been something I've been learning. And so every day when I don't have that much energy waiting for this next surgery I'm supposed to have, I've been going to the pond. There's a duck pond. It's really small. It's in the middle of town. And just kind of meditating, grounding, saying some prayers. It's just done a world of good for me. And I got to go with one of my very favorite, bestest friends and take her there. She'd never been. So it's really cool. So take some soul time, nurture yourselves and each other. And if you feel disconnected from your loved ones and how things are just not going as planned, or you're disappointed in something, just know that this is not the end all be all. We're just processing some pieces inside of ourselves and really learning how to co-create and manifest in this new energy, this new time period. So good job, everyone. I'm very proud of all of you, and I hope it's smooth and comfy and warm and uplifting and loving for all of you. Thanks. I'll see you soon. Happy full moon.